What is up, everybody? My name is Justin. This is Forever Self-Employed, all about pressure washing and QuoteIQ. And in today's video, we're going to be answering your questions with regards to pressure washing equipment, pressure washing marketing, and everything else in between. I'm joined with a special guest. I got Mike with me. Mike, how's it going, man? Dang, man of many words today, huh, Stallion?
Yeah, I'm all talked out. I got to be honest. I've been listening to your jibber jabber for a little bit, and
that'll get it going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I think we can kind of talk a little bit about where our businesses are at to open, Mike. Okay, we had some sad news. We lost a $20,000 hospital cleaning to someone else, and the reason why I know that is because we followed up and I didn't get any response. So and they needed it done within a tight window.
Okay. We also, now that you're going to bring up the sad parts of the business or the real parts of the business, because a lot of times, a lot of people don't talk about like the reality of running a business, owning a business, and you don't get every job, right? Every job isn't going to be, highly profitable. So it's all about being real. We had one the other day, and it was for the Mitsubishi power plant, and they wanted one wall, and the wall was, I can't remember. I think it's like 150 yards, because I remember thinking, oh, this is about the size of 2 football fields. And it was, a warehouse. And I sent in the estimate, and the lady sent back, can you say, one of my little tricks that I do, and you know what it is, I'm not going to share it right now, but I don't always provide a official quote right away, because I'm just kind of vetting to see what's up. And she said, yeah, please send me the estimate. I sent it over, and no answer, right? It was like crickets. And so I followed up and said, hey, just wanted to follow up and see if you needed any other information. Did you need our, insurance, whatever? Nothing. And then I followed up once again, this time via phone. And she said, yeah, we went with another company. So it is what it is. But the key takeaway, and I think that's what you were getting at, is you have to follow up. If you're not following up, then A, you don't know, and B, you're missing opportunities, because the follow-up is so important.
Well, I think we made a crucial mistake. Okay, Mike, we got a little too comfortable. I immediately called this person when the lead came in, and it came in through our QuoteIQ call team. If you guys haven't checked out the call team already, obviously check it out. Super cool. So I knew it was a big job. Gave her a call. Connected with her well. You know what I mean? They were looking for somebody to clean this hospital. They had a short time frame to do it in, and I let her know that we've done hospitals before, and we still do for a bunch of the certain brand of hospitals over here. I'm not going to give anything away. You know what I'm saying? But anyway. We then went out there, took a look, met with the maintenance guy. And as you know, Mike, when you get real friendly with that maintenance guy, it gives you a lot of good feelings, like you're going to actually go somewhere. Well, yeah. We juiced up the quote a little bit because we thought we thought we had it in the bag. And I guess we juiced it up a little bit too much, and we lost it. So all that goes to say, when your lead flow is good, though, you can actually kind of ask a little bit more, and that's kind of what we did. So we didn't need it. And that was a good place to come from, not needing it, but we would have liked to have had it. So a little bit too much confidence, I think.
God, we just lost another one the other day too, and I can't remember. Gosh, I'm trying to remember what it was. It was Apartment Breezeways. Again, timeline. I assured them that we could get it done in the time frame that they needed it. Provided an estimate, and this guy, there were some questions that I asked, and this guy was stonewalling me on every single one, and ended up we never heard back. The guy, I'd sent him an email, sent him a text, and just nothing. So obviously they went with somebody else, which is fine. That's one of the things that bothers me, though. If you're not going to go with us, you don't have to call me and tell me you're not going to go with. But if I call you or I send you an email or a text,
hey, we went with somebody else.
Yeah, just tell me, hey, yeah, you were too high. We didn't like the way you looked. I didn't like the way you interacted. Whatever. Give me some feedback, even if it's just no feedback other than you didn't get the job. That's fine. Then I put it to bed, and then I can stop bothering you, because I will follow up until I hear something or you put a restraining order on me, right? Because that is how I operate. I am not going to take no for an answer. It reminds me of that in Tommy Boy, when Chris Farley and David Spade, they're going door to door selling their oil filters and or business to business. And, he's, I will not take no for an answer. And he goes on, and then first story walks in and they say, nope. And he goes, okay, and leaves. It's the best thing ever, right? Great movie. One of the best sales movies also. So if you're someone that struggles with sales, this is a very funny movie. Chris Farley and David Spade together are absolutely tremendous. But it's actually a great sales movie, and you can actually learn a lot from it. I was back in my earlier life in corporate America. They actually at one of my sales training that this big company sends us to and spend, they were like, we are going to watch Tommy Boy. And we watched Tommy Boy for an hour and a half because they felt it was so important from, the sales side. So a little something, but very funny.
That's really good, Mike. For anybody who doesn't know, Mike has a commercial script that he's been refining over the past 20 years. And when I tell you that this commercial script gives you competitive advantages on every single angle with regards to quoting commercial properties, we've never really released it. There's only one place to buy it, and a lot of people don't even know that it exists. However, we will probably be talking about it a little bit more because we're going to have a little group coming here soon specifically for commercial properties. And I know it works so well because not only have we landed jobs with it, but my buddy Chris here, Chris, the striping guy, he actually just landed over $100,000 contract with a company that sends a lot of postage. That's all I'm going to say. But and you guys will be seeing that coming up. It's like over $100,000 was the contract with them, and specifically because he implemented the things that I taught him within Mike's selling script. So if you guys are interested in that, definitely hang around. You know what I mean? We're going to be telling you guys all about that here soon. Let's give a couple shout outs, right, Mike? What's going on, guys? Pristine window cleaning in the house. Cesar Nunez. What's up, guys? Chris, the striping guy, hit us with yo twice. We appreciate it. Artem, Trump 2024. American Pro Wash. What was the teaser post the other day, Mike? You want to shed any light?
We have got some really cool stuff that's in the old workity work if you are picking up what I'm laying down. And I might show you a little screenshot of what. Should I?
I don't know, Stallion. Don't do it. It's not ready.
What? It's what? No.
It's not ready.
Should I?
No. Let's leave them in suspense. I mean, hey, look, I think the post gave it away. Like the logo gives it away to a certain extent. There are certain. Go ahead, Mike.
No. I was just gonna say, yeah, it's gonna be cool. So
there are certain issues that we found that anytime that there's an issue, we want to provide a solution for it, right? And the people that currently provide a solution are scamming people as far as we're concerned with regards to some of the things that they're charging. So we feel like we can come into the marketplace and offer, a better product at a more affordable price.
Yeah, better product, affordable price. And, you got guys that want to help you out. But again, it all goes back to exactly what you just said. We identify issues, voids in the market, things that can be consolidated, improved, and we're trying basically to create a platform that is vertically integrated in every capacity. So you don't need to be screwed over by 5 different companies all hitting you with subscriptions and, not taking your feedback and improving, right? Like these are the things that we excel at, providing something that is, something that is a benefit to anybody that's running any kind of home service business or service business, period. So that will be out in a little bit.
QuoteIQ's version of company scam. We don't talk about company scam. Company scam. We don't talk about company scam.
No.
All I know is that whatever we have is going to be better than company scam.
Yeah.
Does wintertime slow down business, Mike? What do you think?
Well, yeah, absolutely it does. And it varies even more so on where you're located. We're very fortunate down here in the Southeast where we have, basically 12 months a year where we are able to provide our services to our customers. And, obviously there are times that slow down. Like right now, we're a little slower than, we are a month ago. But it's like that every single year. And it's been like that for as long as I can remember. School is going back. People are getting in their last vacations. They're not as focused on the things outside that they typically are focused on, right? Just like Thanksgiving to, right after the new year, we slow down. There are still jobs, there are still things that we are doing and getting done, but it's definitely a slowdown. And that's why you have to understand, where you live, your market. And, if you're brand new to the business, then you're not going to have any history to look back on, but, history repeats itself. And with that being said, you can make judgments and decisions in your business that allow you to understand when there are slow times. What do you do? Do you pack up, you quit, you leave? Absolutely not. You plan for that, right? You charge enough all year to where when it does slow down, you're not scrambling and freaking out because you don't have money to pay the bills, right? So planning ahead, being, an intelligent business owner, and then, that's what it is.
We'll be making a ton of videos as well on things you can do within the wintertime. You really want to find services that you can offer, though, that this is with anything. Like, I know we talk about pressure washing, but at the end of the day, there are people out there that need certain things done. And if you can fulfill that need, they will compensate you by giving you money. So in any time of year, what is it that people need? What is it that I can provide? And can we have, a mutual beneficial relationship between what they need and what I can provide? So in any circumstance, find things that people need, offer those services. So we'll be talking more about wintertime as we get, closer to that point. But it is really hot here, Mike. Is it hot in Savannah?
Oh, it's terrible and terrible. You're gonna be here in a couple of days. You'll see.
Yeah.
But one of the things is, this is the time now to start preparing for the winter. Yes, it's August, right? But August becomes September, October, and that's when people start thinking about those other services like Christmas lights, right? And if that's something that you want to get into, you need to start preparing for it now, start marketing for it now, start lining up those customers for it now. And you don't have to be an expert on Christmas light installation right now to start marketing for November, okay? But you need to start marketing now. And if you're interested in that, we do have our Christmas light boot camp. It's on the resource page, pwcourse.com. You can go get that. It is a super in-depth training program that highlights absolutely everything that you need to know, from the equipment, the installation, the types of lights, the clips, how to install it, how to price it, everything that you could possibly need. And, we've got it. If you want to pick it up right now, if you're watching this video, you can get it for half price. And that price is going up because we all know about scarcity. And we know that when, it starts to get closer to Christmas time, people are going to start freaking out because they aren't prepared, and they're going to want to have this knowledge. So get it now while it's cheap, and prepare yourself so you can start making money when it's time. So that's it.
Thank us later. Absolutely. pwcourse.com will be linked in the comment section description if you guys want to check out the Christmas lighting boot camp. Okay. Some funny stuff in the chat. Cam, not scam. They meant scam. Company scam. Look, we don't affiliate with any of these guys. Okay. Company scam, robber, quick crooks, irresponsible bid. Listen, we don't associate with anybody. All we know is QuoteIQ is number one. Okay. And we don't mess around with people that are trying to screw over other people. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Company scam. We're gonna show you guys the scam as soon as we're ready to tell you guys more about QuoteIQ Cam, because it's no good. It's no good. We'd never do that to you. Next question. Donald Malone says, I got a question. Being new to pressure washing, what is the best way to market your business when you don't have much money to spend? You gonna go first, Mike?
Yeah, you don't have a lot of money, but what you do have is you have a lot of time. And with that time, you need to be utilizing it in the best ways possible. And we talk about this all the time. You can pull up any marketing video, any live from our channels, and this is a common question, and you're going to get the same answer every single time. So I'm just going to rehash it. When you don't have money, but you have time and you've got relationships, you need to leverage those relationships. And I'm talking, obviously, first and foremost, your friends and your family. You need to contact everyone. Pick up your phone. Every single person in that contact list, you need to hit them with a text and say, hey, it's Mike. I just started a pressure washing, a window cleaning, a mobile detailing, whatever it is, business. And I could really, use some business. So if you're not ready, to hire us, if you know anybody, could you please pass along my contact information to them? And, that's one of the best, fastest, quickest ways to go. I know a lot of people will talk about, A, it's an opportunity to learn. B, it's an opportunity to, build relationships. C, it's an opportunity to get those reviews early on in your business, and that is either heavily discounted or doing a couple jobs for free just to get the before and after pictures, just to get the name out there, just to get those reviews, that word of mouth, right? The noise in the front yard attracts attention when you're out there pressure washing a house, right? Those are all things that can help generate more business and get that ball rolling. So those are the first things. Then printing is unbelievably inexpensive, right? Even if you've only got $100, you can, if you're good enough, you can design a flyer. There are tons of templates online that you can take, mimic, replicate, whatever you want to do, but it's got to be professional. You want to have a good quality look. You don't want to go out there looking like, a kid doing a job as a side hustle during the summer. You want to look like the professional business that you are intending to be. Even if you're not right there right now, you will be. So you want to convey that to everybody, right? Be bigger than you already are. And that's key. So flyers, postcards, mailers, and hell, you can go door to door, right? Don't buy all the bullshit that you see on TikTok and Instagram or YouTube where, these guys are talking about, they're making $10 million a day knocking on doors. It's not reality. That's not, a true thing that you're watching. And is it good? Yes. Is it sustainable? Absolutely not, right? You're never going to be able to scale if that's your primary means of, generating business. But get out there, knock on doors, meet people. You can join local groups. I would go to every business owner that, everybody is a potential customer, right? Every restaurant has sidewalks, dumpster pads, dirty areas, every home, right? There's plenty of opportunity to find customers. So that's what I would do. I would leverage, your time over your money.
Mike, why'd you have to steal everything I was going to say? I'm just kidding.
Because I know what you were going to say and I wanted to sound super smart.
Sweet. Inner circle first, right? Name your price special. In the beginning, it's a how hungry are you question. Okay. It's just like pushing a snowball down the hill. The hardest part is the beginning, right? We got to just get that thing over the hump. And that way we can get things rolling, get things moving. So can you stick with it? How hungry are you? Sweat equity over money in the beginning when you don't have it. So I think Mike pretty much hit all the high points on that. Just do things that you can do on a daily basis as well. Develop a habit of every single day you're gonna take care of XYZ with regards to how it is that you're gonna acquire customers. Acquiring customers is number one. Number two is gonna be equipment. Even if you have bad equipment in the beginning, you can make up for it by just getting enough customers to reinvest back into the business. So a lot of people get that backwards though. A lot of people say, I don't have the right equipment yet, I can't get started. No, you don't have the customers. If you had the customers will pay for the equipment. That's something that me and Mike have been kind of pressing into here pretty recently. So how hungry are you? Develop your marketing plan. Decide that these are the actions that you're going to take every single day in order to move yourself closer to acquiring those customers. And best of luck to you and your business.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Follow-up is crucial. I just closed a contract with a chain of bowling alleys after following up for 3 months. That's incredible, man.
Yeah,
that's incredible. A chain of
bowling. And that's, one of the things that we have done in QuoteIQ and in our email automation is, and I call it a nurturing sequence. And we've got obviously multiple triggers within the program. And it starts with the initial quote. It then goes to scheduled jobs, then completed jobs. And what this allows you to do is essentially remain in contact with these leads, then customers, and then paying customers throughout the entire, your relationship with them. And it's automated, so you don't have to think about it, right? Because that's one of the downsides of running your own business is we wear a bunch of hats. We're very busy. We're very stressed. We've got a lot going on. And it's really easy to let some things like follow-up slip through the cracks. I was guilty of this early on in my business. And because of that, we have, done what we've done within the app too, allow us to set it in motion once, and then it just continually drips out to our, our customers until they either, schedule, decline, or they, hire us and we move on. So it's something that is absolutely essential. And he was absolutely correct. Follow-up is the key, because without that, you are going to leave a lot of money on the table. You're going to let a lot of jobs go undone by you because you didn't follow up. And if you don't stay in touch with these people throughout the life of however long you decide to go, then, opportunity for them to forget who you are and call somebody else is significantly increased. And that's why this, our email automation is so critical.
Absolutely. And one thing with regards to the email automation is you guys don't have to reinvent the wheel. We have Mike's entire sequence in here. So all you got to do is import Mike's sequence if you have this within QuoteIQ, and you're going to get all the emails. All you got to do is change out, Mike's information for your own, and you're ready to roll. So we want to make it as easy as possible, no excuses. That way you can keep up with your customers, and you're able to send these emails on automation depending upon what actions that they're taking. So if you guys want to try QuoteIQ, it'll be linked up in the comment section description. You can actually try any tier right now for just $1. But yeah, biggest thing was help you guys as much as possible without having to reinvent the wheel on that one. And for a guy like Donald, right? You want to make sure in the beginning of your business, the hardest thing to come by is customers. So you want to make sure that you're keeping those customers somewhere. You want to make sure that you know what you did for them last time. You want to make sure that you know how much you charged them last time. So that way, when the next year rolls around, you know what you did, you know what you charged. You can raise those prices, and you can make sure that you're just keeping up with these customers. For me, I lost every single customer that I serviced in the beginning of my business, and it cost me thousands and thousands of dollars. Not only in my ability to follow up with that customer again in the future to offer them more services, but also when they would contact me and I didn't know what I previously charged, and I would undercharge, or I wouldn't be going up, within the right increments, or whatever the case may be. You got something, Mike?
No.
Okay.
Annoying children.
Hey Mike and Justin, I love your videos and had a question about the soap injector on my pressure washer causing an air leak. Should I plug it with a bolt or with an O-ring?
Probably I need a little more information, but a chemical injector sucks the entire time your machine is going. And so if you are not pulling chemical at the time, it needs to be in a water bucket. Otherwise it's going to pull air.
Excellent. Levi says, hey, I got a question. I have an over 6-figure pressure washing company at 16 with my brother, 3 years in now. How do I get on a podcast with you guys? Send us an email to support@quoteiq.io, and I'll drop it in the chat because we'd love to have you on, especially if that is true, right? Because we love talking to people that have successful businesses. Support@quoteiq.io. Support. Okay, boom. Yeah, send us over an email, and we'll get you on the channel. Okay, let's keep going. Mason says, what's up? Happy to have you here, Mason. David's in the house. We got Michael in the house. He says, do it. Okay, Ricky, Weekend Warrior. How long does bleach last before it starts to weaken? July has been slow. What do you think, Mike?
Hold on. Weekend Warrior, how long does bleach last before it starts to weaken? July has been slow. How much bleach do you have, Ricky? And depending on where you're keeping it, if it's light degrades bleach, but bleach can stay good.
Okay, sweet. Now Ricky says that July's been slow. I don't doubt it. Now, the summer is like predominantly like a slower time for pressure washing. We have a huge spike in the spring. It comes back down, and then we get a little bit more of a spike come the fall, right before the holidays, pushing into things like that. So that's understood. That's why we want to offer other services. If you guys need other services that you can advertise with, check out QuoteIQ ads, qiqads.com, and I'll have it linked up in the comment section description. I kid you not. You guys might think I'm lying on this. I kid you not. I ran a seal coating ad for Chris, and we quoted a $39,000 job for an HOA. We quoted a $14,000 job that he just did and finished. And then we have 2 or 3 other parking lots on the books. So we've quoted over $70,000 from this one ad. This video explains exactly how to set up a Facebook ad using video. And then we have all these different templates that you guys can run in. So if you're slow right now, there's really no excuse. Like you either have, something that you need to learn, or you need to become more proficient at something else. And this is where you need to go. So you can check out all these different services. I think we just added a couple, right, Mike? We recently added painting, wood restoration, and Christmas lighting. I think, we'll have a landscaping one coming up soon. We added in all of these. Mike, do we want to talk a little bit about this upsell video one?
Yeah, so this is something that I've been doing, and essentially what this is this is my upsell video, and this goes out in my email sequence, in the email automation, to any customer that gets an estimate and gets on the schedule with our company. And essentially what this does is it just says like, hey, if you are interested, thank you for, obviously getting a quote. Did you know that we also offer all of these other services? And it, it kind of highlights the other services that we provide: high quality video, good voiceover. And it's just a great selling point. And we generate a ton of money from upsells because people call with one thing in mind. I need to get my driveway done. I need to get my roof done. But they don't think about the other things. They see this video and guess what happens? They start noticing, they look around, and then all of a sudden, you know, your average ticket price starts going up. So it's a great way. Very it's low pressure too, because it's not me on the phone, it's not me, emailing, and words suck. But if they just click a video and it's like, oh, you're right, I do need that, my roof does look like that, and I would like it not to. So good stuff.
We also have some really good before and afters in here. I don't know if you guys can see
Yeah.
this. I'm just gonna play a little bit of the video. But yeah, basically what it is just like as Mike was saying, hey, thank you so much for getting a quote. If you want to go ahead and get on the schedule today, these are the other services that we offer. We're gonna give you 15% off if you add any of these to your ticket. And so great before and after pictures on wood cleaning, on gutter cleaning, and whatever it is that you guys offer with regards to upsell services. Those are things that we can add in here, and it's a great visual for the customer. So that way, in the event that they need anything else, they can go ahead and get it done. So if you guys want to check this out, QIQads.com. Like I said, no reason to be slow right now. No reason to slow down your business. Make sure that you're either learning new things or you're offering new services that people are needing right now.
Yep.
Country lifestyle. Greetings from South Carolina. I'm looking to start from the beginning. Okay. Greetings, country lifestyle. We appreciate you being here, man. Okay, ready? Any advice for a 20-year-old who just started a landscaping company with my friends? You want to go first, Mike?
Yeah. So I think a lot of people, when they're young and they have this question, they're already in the wrong mindset, because they're like, the age is the important thing, right? Your age doesn't matter. I don't care if you're 15 or you're 60. You need to think about being a business owner, not how old you are, right? Because immediately, I think when that happens, people's pricing just goes way down, because they're not understanding the value that they're providing, because they think age has an impact on that. So your age doesn't matter as long as you're providing a high quality service, good customer experience, and you're charging a fair price. You need to charge a fair price. You need to be profitable. You need to understand your numbers so you can do that too. So my advice is, don't let age become a barrier of where you're setting your pricing. And before all of that, know the market, know where you need to be priced, and don't go under that just because you think you're young or you're new, right? It's not the way to go.
Another thing is it's cool to do business with friends. I like that. But one of the things that will tend to happen is you'll have friends that actually take the business more serious than the other friends, and they end up doing more work than the other ones do. And it just it just gets a little bit sticky with regards to, we all own this company, but yet so-and-so does more than the other person. So starting a business with your friends can kind of be tough sometimes. So I completely understand that. As far as being 20 years old, man, I would use that to my advantage. You obviously have more time, more energy. You don't have a family. You don't have as much overhead as people, that obviously maybe have a 9-to-5, that have children, that have a family. So use all that to your advantage. Like, the world is your oyster, man. Now is the time to build a large company and to try to scale it up, so that way when you want to go ahead and start your life, you're ready to go with regards to that. One other thing with regards to a landscaping company, a lot of people will get in this mindset of, I got to find a new job. It's cool to do the new jobs because they're going to create more money for you. But once you do a job for somebody, get that customer on a recurring deal. Come back every single month, weed the beds, trim the shrubs down a little bit, whatever the case may be, whatever it is that they need, do the little things, maintain it, because that's where the money in my personal opinion, is, without burning yourself out. It's not in going and redoing someone's whole flower bed every single week or every single year. It's doing it once and then maintain. If you build a business up of 300 local customers that pay you every single month to maintain their beds, you could then sell that business and make a ton of money.
Yep. Recurring revenue, increasing your average ticket price, the lifetime value of your customers. That's huge. And then also, when you're providing more services to the same customer, you know what that does? That decreases the cost of acquisition for customers, right? If you are making more money with the same customers, you don't have to spend as much acquiring new ones.
I really love landscaping. Like, I just think a lot of guys sleep on landscaping. It's not as sexy as pressure washing because obviously there's not as big of buildings. Like, they're not cleaning something so quickly. It's more of, it's more backbreaking work. Let's be honest with ourselves, like hauling mulch and doing sod and things of this nature. It is backbreaking work, but the money there is really big as well. I'm not going to say that it's bigger, but if you structure it the right way, build the recurring out, and then you can build out a whole team that just does recurring, or you can build out a whole team that just does, the bed flips. I think it's a great business to get into, and you can make a ton of money with it. So best of luck, man. Thanks for the question. Okay. Pristine. The Christmas lighting boot camp is legit. I did an extra $10K after taking the course. Thank you so much, Pristine. Yeah, I mean, we brought in Glenn Jernigan. Glenn Jernigan does, over $100,000 a year every single year just with Christmas lighting. I think he did almost 200K last year. So he's big time in with regards to Christmas lighting, and he lays it out, man. A to Z, everything you need to know, all the questions asked that you didn't even think about. And so, yeah, that's a great course. So really appreciate that, Pristine window cleaning. Door knocking is the hardest, says David Watts. I completely agree. I would never base my entire business around door knocking just because not a good way to go. It's a good way to go early on, especially if you're somebody that's hungry to get leads and get jobs coming in. However, there are other ways, easier ways of acquiring customers. The way Mike does it is my favorite, right? He's got the website that ranks high. He's got the GMB that ranks high. He focuses on Google ads and all that search traffic, all those people that have high intent to purchase are coming there. He's able to rank. He's able to get in front of them. And ultimately, he's able to close them. And that's how you get the most lead flow coming in. He's not going every single day knocking doors, passing out flyers, kissing babies, whatever you got to do. He's letting the leads come to him. And when you place yourself properly, that's what happens. Right, Mike?
Absolutely.
And if you want more information on this, we go heavy into all this within the Local Domination 2 course, which is on the resource page, which you guys can save 50% off right now with code USA. Is that right, Mike?
Yep.
Okay. So, within Local Domination 2, we go into Google ads. We go into all these things that bring us these big customers, all the different strategies that we utilize in order to land $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 customers. And you might be like, oh, Justin, I can't handle a $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 job right now. It doesn't matter. At least give yourself the option, refer it out. Like, put yourself in the position to land that and then give yourself that problem. You know what I mean? I think too many guys are like, I'm not ready for something like that. Okay, well, at least you could have the call and then at least you could put the quote in. And let's say they give it to you. Refer it out. Get 10%, 20%, 30% on the job. So definitely check out Local Dom 2, code USA at checkout. Is that what it is, Mike?
USA
at checkout, save 50%. Yeah, you got to get it. That course is the most undervalued course on that page, in my personal opinion, because it's got the secrets in it. It's got the stuff that you need in order to get the leads. Guys, Mike, we talk about this every time that we talk. You guys don't understand. You need to pound it into your head if you're in this mentality. It's not about the equipment. It's about the customers. You can always get the equipment. You don't need the equipment out of the gate. You need the customers out of the gate. Let your customers create the problem for the equipment to fill. Don't get the big equipment and create the problem for yourself of acquiring customers because you don't have any more money left. Wouldn't you say so, Mike?
Oh, 100%. I am not a big Facebook guy. I don't have like my own personal Facebook like profile that is used for friends and whatnot because I just don't. I utilize it for business. Obviously, we've got our QuoteIQ users group. We've got the All About Pressure Washing YouTube page that you can join. But what I have seen, because I see it in these Facebook groups, like all the time, it's these guys are like, hey, I'm selling my trailer. How much is it worth? It's only been used 4 times. Like just today alone, I've seen probably 4 different, pressure washing trailers that are for sale. And it's because and I know that there's a lot of people that will say like, well, Mike, you've got a YouTube channel and you promote this and tell guys to go and do this. And yes, I do. And I promote it. And I think it's a great viable business. And I think that you can be unbelievably successful and provide for your family with a well-run, well-executed pressure washing business, right? If just because you're like, oh, I want to start a business, and you go buy a pressure washing trailer and then you realize, oh shit, I don't know how to get customers. Oh, I'm not very good at selling. Oh, I suck at customer communication. Oh, I don't know how to wash, right? All of these things impact a business, right? It's not the equipment that makes the business. Not anybody, but you can go buy a piece of equipment and start a business. But if you don't have customers, you don't have a business. So learn how to get customers and watch your business become more successful.
Exactly. Reinvest when it's necessary, not in the beginning when it's a vanity. You guys want to get into the business and you want to get large equipment for vanity. You want to feel like, oh man, look at me. I'm really doing business. I got this large piece of equipment. When in reality, You don't have any customers to service. So anyway, that's just a pet peeve. I don't want to go too deep into that. Ethan says, I do wish QuoteIQ footage would help me do my lighting. So Ethan says, Christmas lighting, I offer permanent LED holiday lighting, accent lighting, gemstone. Okay, so QuoteIQ can actually help you do the square footage for the lighting. I have a whole video about how we quote Christmas lighting jobs using QuoteIQ, and I'll just kind of give you guys a little bit of a tidbit here. So like, let's say that we come in on one of these houses and they want to get like, the front of the house done, everything visible from the street. All you would do is you would just come in here and measure it. So we're going to do a linear footage measurement, and then we do multiplied times whatever our linear footage rate is for our Christmas lights. So here we have the whole front done. Within the app, we would measure this and we would go ahead and add it into the estimate. Here we can also, if they want to get the whole house done, we could measure the entire property. So there you go. And then like, let's say that they wanted to line the driveway or something, we could then measure out lining the driveway. So all of these things, we're just taking the linear foot measurement. This one's the area. You wouldn't take the area, you would take linear foot, which is the perimeter. So 208. Anyway, you can easily map out these houses, figure out how much lighting it's going to be, and then multiply that times whatever it is that your rate is for that particular service. So you can certainly use the map measure tool within QuoteIQ to quote anything.
Yeah. And then obviously you can also use the street view on Map Measure Pro to kind of see what the front looks like. Are there going to be columns? Are there going to be bushes that want to be lit up? Are there going to be trees? All of these things, and there is no 100% method for quoting anything. There are going to be things that, sometimes there are services, there are things that you need to go in person and do that. And, if you're talking about, a $12, $14, $18, $2,000 Christmas lighting job, then you know what, go do it in person. If you're not comfortable with the Map Measure Pro. However, you can use it in conjunction with in-person. Like the guy, his name's Ryan Leatherwood. He owns a pressure washing business and he does Christmas lighting. I use him to do my house for lights. And he has an app that he uses that is, it's specific for Christmas lights. But he comes, he looks at it, he measures, and then he gives the estimate. So, there's lots of things that you can do, but
yeah, exactly. I mean, even if you go in person, you really need to know the footage, the linear footage, and you need to have a rate that you multiply that times by. That way, you're not like guesstimating on these jobs. You can always guesstimate if you want to, but for somebody just starting their business, it's the best way to go. The other thing with Christmas lighting is it's easy to get leads in on Christmas lighting because a lot of customers aren't educated enough to know what it costs to do the Christmas lighting. And that's one of the reasons why we like to use Map Measure Pro to send those estimates, because at least with Map Measure Pro, I can send you over like a ballpark figure, and then you can tell me whether or not that works within your budget, rather than me going out, scheduling time to meet with the homeowner, walk the property with the homeowner, put together the estimate, send it to them, when the whole time it was kind of out of their budget. Glenn says it really good within the course. This is really a kind of a boutique service, if you will. It's a high-end service for, a certain individual that can afford, to have Christmas lights hung at their house. Mike, we got a super chat. $2 super chats will take precedence. If any of you guys want to get a question answered faster than everybody else, put in a super chat or talk good about QuoteIQ. We got our boy here. The Map Measure tool is my favorite part of QuoteIQ. Absolute game changer.
What's up, Todd?
So, yeah, we appreciate it, Todd. Todd Ketchow's a guy. He's a little bit of an exception to the rule because he was so hungry. Todd got his equipment first, got really good equipment first, and then got into business. No, he didn't.
Todd learned everything that he wanted to learn. He got all of the training programs. He went to, hold on. He invested in himself, his education. He went to a WashCon before he even had equipment, right? This guy knew what he wanted. He went after it. And that's why Todd's shit isn't for sale on Facebook Marketplace, right? You invest in the right things. He did it the right way. He learned. And so when he had his equipment delivered, he was ready to roll. He already had customers lined up because he knew how to get them. So
Todd did it the right way. I completely agree. But also, Todd got the information first, got the equipment, and then got the customers. Just for our debate with regards to getting customers first or equipment first. Todd's a great guy. If you guys haven't already, I think I did an interview with Todd. Mike's done an interview with Todd. Me and Todd actually did an interview on
wrapping.
Shrink wrapping. Now that is a hustle for the winter. So if you guys haven't checked that out already, be sure to check it out. It's on my channel as a live. Also, we got Dewey in the house, washing wizard. Damn right, Todd kicks it with you. Nice kicks it with you last week. Dewey's in the house. Okay. Super chats take precedence. We don't get too many, so it's a specialty when we do. We really appreciate it. Rakim, how do I wash a cracked driveway with loose rocks?
Okay, well, if you're using a surface cleaner, loose rocks and cracked driveways that are uneven can be detrimental to your surface cleaner, because we all know there's a swivel with a bar underneath that spins around at a rapid rate. And if that thing comes in contact with a piece of concrete or a big rock, that can have a significant impact, like catastrophic failure to your swivel, to your surface cleaner. And that can be a costly mistake. So if you've got a super cracked driveway with lots of loose rocks and you're definitely wanting to do that job, then, I would say remove any kind of loose debris first. Maybe that's with a broom, maybe that's with a backpack blower. Get that stuff out of there, and then just be unbelievably cautious around any kind of uneven pavement. I know that when we run into that, the guys will go with the wand first, and they'll cut in all their edges, do the detail work first that they can't get to with the surface cleaner, and then in this particular scenario, it would be with the the uneven concrete, the cracked concrete. Hell, you can use your pressure washer to get a lot of those rocks and stuff out of there before you start surface cleaning. I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, but and obviously use your discretion. Do the best you can, charge a little extra, and then set expectations with the customer. Hey, these loose rocks are going to be absolutely everywhere if I blow them out, which I'm sure you don't want because it's going to mess up your driveway. So this area might be a little bit more dirty. So a couple things there, right? Use your discernment, communicate with the customer, and charge a little extra if it's going to take you a little extra time. Rakim, we appreciate the question and we appreciate the super chat. I'm going to scroll back up. If anybody's got any really pressing questions, all you got to do is super chat. It's one super chat away to skip the line. Come on, baby. I do want to JP, or just leave like a really good comment like JP did. 2 legends in the same stream. Didn't think that was legal. This isn't legal. Let's be honest with ourselves, JP. Robber is angry. Company scam is angry. Quick crooks are angry, but they can't stop what's coming. And that's QuoteIQ, baby. Coming hard. So, JP, we appreciate it, brother. Thanks for the comment. Okay, I'm going to scroll back up. We got a ton of questions. Really appreciate you guys for the questions. This is awesome. Okay, let's see what the next one is. Okay. David Allen says, how do you explain how you figure a price when a customer asks, how'd you come up with the figure?
I go like this. Like that. Our pricing is our pricing, right? Like if I just had somebody reach out to me the other day because I preach, do not give breakdowns, do not itemize your estimates to customers, because in my opinion, this opens you up for negotiation, because they might think, well, I don't need you to do this, or this. And at the end of the day, we know our process better than anybody else, right? And if you're running your business intelligently, you know your costs, you know your the average hourly rate, and you know how much your target hourly rate is, and you price according to those, whether it's based on how long it's going to take or a square foot number, right? All of these you can reverse engineer into, what the cost is going to be for the customer. Now, if I go to McDonald's and I order a Big Mac, I don't ask them how they came up with the price, right? How much did the bun cost? How much did the burger cost? How much are those pickles? And I want to break down on the condiments as well. No. Oh, the wrapper, I don't need the wrapper. Take that out. You can just put it in my hand, right? That's not how it works. I provide a price. You say yes or no. Okay. We're providing value. We're not providing a breakdown on prices.
Now, me and Mike specifically designed QuoteIQ in a way that we would not show breakdowns on prices. So Mike actually put this in place with regards to, obviously, we're measuring the square footage. I just showed you guys how you can measure using the Map Measure Pro tool in QuoteIQ. That breakdown is nowhere there for the customer. Now, me and Mike also did a video on the things that customers say that you should not work for. And I would add this to the list. How do you explain the figure when a customer asks how you come up with the figure? That's somebody I don't want to work for, because at the end of the day, my price is my price. It doesn't matter how I came up with it. I'm not including the education. I'm not including the time spent learning. I'm not including the price on my equipment and everything else that you have to factor in. So the customer really shouldn't ask that. If they ask that question, it's like, you should probably find somebody else. So I think that pretty much answers the question. Wouldn't you say so, Mike?
Oh, dude, I've got like so many text messages where people are like, they'll say, this is a great one. And it's kind of a loaded question because it's one that you kind of have to answer because, it's a reasonable question. And it's, okay. Hey, Mike, I just wanted to call and get a price on my house to get the house washed. I was like, okay. Can you tell me what the square footage is or what's the address? Okay. I take a look. It's 5,000 square foot house. It's going to be $750. Okay, great. Yeah, I'd like to get on the schedule, or maybe not get on the schedule yet. Okay, well, great. I just, because of my busy schedule, I wanted to know how long it might take. Okay, reasonable question. They're trying to plan around what day would be best, that kind of scenario. Oh, it's only going to take us a couple hours. Okay. Wait, you're going to charge me $750 for a couple hours? Well, yes, I am going to charge you $750 for a couple hours. And then, and you could go on and on, right? But like the reasoning behind the question, it's twofold. They could just be honestly wondering so they can schedule, or B, they're looking for a way to negotiate, which is the exact same reason why I don't do itemized lists. And again, people that ask these questions or try to negotiate, we don't want to work for these people. They are going to be a problem. They are going to look for every opportunity not to pay you what you think you need to be paid. These are the people that are going to be like, oh, well, I did notice that you missed the spot. There's a mud dauber. There's this, that. And we can come back and take care of that. No, just discount it. No.
You want to keep these things in mind. When these red flags start presenting themselves, if you guys look past them and say, I really could use the work, I really need the job, blah, 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 you are going to get yourself into problems and situations that you would not want to be in. And had you heard, you're going to remember, you're going to say, you know what, Mike and Justin told me not to do it, but you're going to do it anyway. Because guess what? You either need the money or you're hungry for leads or whatever the case may be. And that's why we put so much training out about how to acquire customers, because when you have more customers than you have time able to fulfill those customers, then you don't have this problem, because then you get to pick and choose who you're going to service. So with regards to this question, I wouldn't answer it. I wouldn't service them. One little funny game that you can play is, well, what price do you think would be reasonable? And then you can see what they come back with. Well, I thought $125 would be reasonable. Well, ma'am, the cost of the house wash is $450. I can see that we're nowhere near one another. I don't think this is going to work out. You know what I'm saying? So always leave the door open, because if they're only $50 off, we can make something happen. But at the end of the day, like, this is a sign that this customer could be an issue. Right, Mike?
Yeah. I think I love that one.
That was a good question. The question or what?
Yeah. Well, how much do you think it's going to be worth? And like you said, I mean, that tells you immediately who the type of person you're dealing with, and that they have zero understanding of what is involved, right? You can go find somebody that can probably do it for that. You're not going to be terribly happy with it, but it is what it is. And again, not everyone is our customer. And that's very difficult. That's a concept that's very difficult to understand, especially when you're starting out, you're hungry, you don't have a lot of leads. And so sometimes you will take those on, and it's a great learning experience. You're going to learn exactly what we're telling you, right? So you can either listen to us and accept it, or, make that $125 for a job that should have been $450 and say, you know what, they were right, but I learned something, and, it's just reinforcing what I'm hearing. So, again, experience is a great thing as well, right? And some people, they need to experience it so they can learn it.
Yep. We've been changing the frame a little bit with regards to quoting commercial, and with regards to commercial property owners that have this kind of outlook. This is something that we're going to be talking about in the closed group that we're going to be doing, because at the end of the day, if you guys want to make a lot of money in whatever service that you're in, service commercial properties. Commercial properties, their cleanings are write-offs. They also have budgets set for these things. Like, there's a lot of different advantages that you get with regards to commercial properties. They're much bigger, right? More opportunity to make more money. And so you kind of want to get dialed in with your approach with regards to going after these. So be on the lookout. We'll let you guys know when we got it ready. And, we'll give you the dirty little secrets. Cass says, I'm starting my home service business. My question is, if my market is a viable location, population to be competitive. Wichita, Kansas, 400,000 population, 650,000 metro population. What's the difference between metro and population, Mike? What's metro mean?
Metro. So like, it would be like Ponchatoula and surrounding areas. So like
Okay.
the Metroplex, if you will, like Atlanta is a very small area, but then you get into Buckhead and Dunwoody and all these other areas. So that's the metropolitan area. Is that a viable location? I would say I definitely think so. I mean, you've got $650,000 or $650,000, 650,000 people. You know, I don't know how many of those are homeowners, but there's a lot of businesses. There's a lot of hotels there, you know, like, yes, sizable location, go for it.
And if you're asking yourself this question, you're really putting yourself in a bad position. I can tell you're already in your head about starting this business, and you're in the phase of like overthinking, right? You're probably really concerned about what equipment you have. You're probably really concerned about, you know, what your total investment's going to be. Like, in order to be successful, you need to move as quickly as possible in the direction that's going to make you as successful as possible. And that is starting your business, getting customers, doing services, and then reinvesting back into your business. So I would change your mindset. I wouldn't worry so much about like, oh, is this viable? Well, how much competition is in the area? What is my competition charging? Like, all of these things are just going to weigh you down mentally and put blockages in the way of you actually going out there and doing
Watch
the
the
work.
video that I just put out the other day. If you haven't watched it, it's like the 12 reasons or the 12 ways to keep you poor. And I cover a lot of the stuff that's being discussed in this. It's in my opinion, one of my better videos.
Yeah, I mean, Mike doesn't make that great of videos to begin with, so I mean, anything is better.
So I mean, if you set the bar low, then
Sure.
you're always, you know, that's what I learned from you. Set the bar low, and then nobody expects a whole lot.
There you go. It's the best way to do business.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what else we got. Mike, how many more questions do we want to answer?
632.
All right, we're just gonna keep it rolling. Just moved to a new state, Middle Georgia. Any tips on getting new customers? Hard to get word of mouth customers currently since I don't know too many people yet.
Yeah. And I think you continue to do if you just jumped in, watch this from the beginning, because we covered what to do if you don't have a lot of money or if you're new to an area. I think the same things apply. So, and I also saw, Trevor, that you are trying to compete with a well-established company in the Savannah area. Good luck to you. I wish you the best of luck. And I hope that well-established company doesn't find out who you are and decides to crush you.
Okay, just with regards to give you guys context with regards to business sizes and competition and all this other kind of stuff. Competition doesn't matter. Business size doesn't matter, right? Mike's business versus Trevor's business does not matter because Trevor can provide a different service than Mike can. Trevor can probably provide a more one-on-one service, if you will, a little bit better customer service. He'll be able to go out there, meet with the homeowner, shake the hands, kiss the baby, spend the time. Mike can't do that. He's mover and shaker, a lot of leads coming in. We got to get them in the door, out the door. So what I'm saying is maximize on whatever your advantage is. So you have an advantage of being a one-man show, not having a ton of customers, not having a ton of leads. So take full advantage of that.
Nurture those customers. Yeah, absolutely. Nurture the customers, go and meet them, give them the warm and fuzzies, right? Sell yourself, right? With me, it's not a personal relationship. It is because we're established and we've been around and we've got a name, and it's easy for people to find us, right? They come to us first, and you know, not that I've got tons of competition out there, and I know lots of guys that are making a ton of money in this market, and they're all great businesses. They're great guys, and there's enough out there for everybody. So don't worry about the competition. Worry about yourself, your business, how you can provide the most amazing service, the highest quality service, how you can convey that to customers so they understand that. That's where you can really, you know, have the most impact and see the most growth in your business the fastest.
And create a competitive advantage for yourself. Now, just kind of draw a parallel for you guys. You got Robber out there. You got Quick Crooks out there, right? You got Company Scam out there. These are bigger companies than, you know, me and Mike's company, QuoteIQ, right? So what do? We focus on communicating directly with you guys. We talk to you guys day in, day out. We find out what you guys need. We find out what your pain points are. We find out how these companies are not servicing you and how we can provide a better service than they are. So we're doing the exact same thing that you guys are doing, just on a different level, right? We provide we provide what we would like to consider a better service at a more affordable price. And also by having better customer service than them. You will never hear from the CEO of Robber. You will never hear from the CEO of Quick Crooks. It's kind of a tongue twister. You will never hear from the CEO of Company Scam. Maybe you will, but you'll never hear from him personally. Like if you have an issue, me and Mike are quick to resolve it.
No, I mean, legitimately, we are talking to our users every single day, weekends, at night, right? People have issues, and guess what? We are on it because we are striving to make this the best company we can. Just like everybody that's watching this, you've got competition. There are bigger guys out there. If we were worried about these other companies, these other software companies, these companies that have got, hundreds of millions of dollars coming in from venture capitalists, right? We would never start, but we weren't afraid because we know that we can provide something that nobody else can. We can take it to market like nobody else can. These giant companies, they're copying us. They're stealing our ads, the way we're running things. It's unbelievable how aware they are. And that's what you can do too. You can become the little guy, David and Goliath, right? Be David, go out there and slay the giant, right? That's what we're doing. And that's what you need to do. Except this guy who's in Savannah. Don't try to slay the giant. So everybody but Trevor, take my advice. Trevor, probably it's, there's McDonald's is hiring, Kroger is hiring. Like, don't worry. No, I'm kidding. I wish you the best. And if you are in, as you said, Middle Georgia, so I don't know if you're actually in Savannah or not, but maybe I'll see you around.
But follow our energy, like literally, like take what we're doing and implement it in your business. We are not afraid. They have millions of dollars, like Mike just said, being pumped into them.
Hundreds of millions of dollars.
Hundreds of millions of dollars. We do not have that. And we are not afraid. Honestly, what we lack makes us more dangerous than them. Okay. And you have to view your business from the exact same perspective.
Okay. Let's go on. Cam, 10%.
Hey, whoa, Mike, come on, big guy. I'm going to have to stop the show here. All right, here we go. Cam says, what percentage of each job goes into your paid marketing, and where are you putting a majority of that money?
So my business is a little bit different. My business is different. I've been around forever, established. I don't have to spend as much money, but I do, and I spend it on Google. And we just started to recently dump quite a bit into Facebook because of all of our ads that we're running that are having huge returns, our video ads, our QIQ ads. So percentage wise, we're not doing a percentage of total spend. I've just got a budget, a monthly budget that we allocate to marketing.
The higher percentage you set to this, the quicker you're going to scale your company. So take that into consideration. Also, the higher you set this percentage, the less capital that you have for other things like equipment going out or paying yourself or all these other things. But this is why I say, if you can dedicate a whole year to this business and just reinvest everything that you make back into the business, dude, you are going to be so much stronger for it year two. I think guys get started and what they want to do is see that investment return so quickly and start turning revenue so quickly that they never really invest and they never really get to scale. So you have two different camps. You can put all the money back in and scale really fast, or you can take all the money out and scale a lot slower. So basically have to go with whatever, your scalability tolerance is, if you will. Wouldn't you say so, Mike?
Yeah.
Should I offer HOA president special discount so I can get in the neighborhood website?
Yeah,
I do. Sounds like a play right out of Mike's book.
It is. Anytime I get calls from HOA people and if you're doing the right things with your SEO, then you will be getting these calls. And it's very important that when you pick up on, the cues that they're giving as far as, HOA, I'm on the board, like people will try to utilize that to like get a better price for themselves. And that's cool. But what do you get in return? Certainly not the promise that I'm going to get you all kinds of business. I don't want your promise. You know what I want? I want your email list. And I'll tell them that. And I'm like, look, I'll do your house for free if you send me the email list for the entire community. No one knows where it came from. I'm not going to tell anybody I got it from you. Give me your HOA email list and I'll do your house and your driveway for free. If it's a big enough neighborhood, hell, we'll throw in the roof, right? Don't be afraid to throw that out there. A lot of people will say, oh, absolutely not. I can't do that. And that's fine. Put it out there. I've got several neighborhoods because of that.
And Mike, you recently did it, and the guy declined it because he said it was an ethics issue.
It was an ethics issue, so he said, until a little bit later. Then he called me back and he was like, "Hey, man, I just wanted to follow up and see if if he initially what he wanted to do was like, I'll send out an email on your behalf to the neighborhood." And I was like, "That's not good enough. I no, I'll give you 10% off for that, but I'll do your whole I'll do everything for free if you get me the whole list." And we ended up he never ended up paying us with cash.
Bada bing, bada boom. Donald says, I do my best upselling in person. Seems like any other way I've tried has been a bust. I've been upselling a ton of roof cleanings just off of gutter cleaning customers.
Yeah.
I mean,
Good.
at the end of the day, anything in person is going to do a lot better than anything over the phone. However, if your business is scaled to a place where you have so much lead flow coming in that you could never go out and see every customer in person, the only way to do it is over the phone at that point. So if you're in a situation like Mike where you've removed yourself from the business, Mike isn't going to customers' houses unless it's to film something. I mean, otherwise he's just letting his workers go out there and do the job. So for Mike, he can't upsell them in person. So the only way to upsell is, through video. And that's why we threw together that video on QuoteIQ ad. So that way you can easily ship it over to the customer after you send the quote in the event they want anything else. You want to add anything to that, Mike?
No, I agree. I mean, a lot of people are more comfortable selling in person, and yeah, it is easier, especially if you're walking around with the customer. You can point things out. That's awesome.
But you got to think and Donald, I'm not saying anything's wrong with your business. Your business is perfect as it is. And if you're good at selling in person, that's awesome. But you have to think from the perspective of how big do you want your business to grow, right? Because Donald only has 24 hours in a day. However, if you hire employees, then you're going to be, obviously getting more time back. And when you get more time back, you have more time freedom. And so if you wanted to just go out there and sell all the jobs, that would be one way to go about it. But if you have other ventures and stuff like Mike does, then the only way to sell is over the phone. So,
well, I think that's, yeah, a lot of people get hung up on like the size of the business, how big you want to grow. And there are multiple ways to scale, right? Like for example, my business, we are a relatively small pressure washing operation, right? We do incredibly well because of the target demographic that we go after and the prices that we charge. That allows us to scale financially, and not, back in the day, I had anywhere between, 6 to 10 trucks rolling. And that's more than I wanted to do, because as long as I've run this business, I have had other ventures that I have been involved with, and I continue to have those, other businesses. QuoteIQ has taken up a huge amount of my time, and some of the other things that we're developing, and all of the training programs, all of that is the focus that I choose, as opposed to scaling other, so you have to consider where you want to be in 10 years and 15 years and 20 years. And what does that look like for you? And are you preparing for that? I mean, these are the things that are very important. Like, we've all got a limited lifespan as far as what our body, the wear and tear, it can take, how much you're able to do when you're 60 years old, right? Do you still want to be out doing this when you're that age? Or do you want to have made enough money during, the time of your business where you are able to relax, take a vacation, take a day off, not be out wrenching and busting knuckles and getting bleach, all like there's a long-term game. And I want everybody that's watching this to really think about that, because it's real and it's coming, whether you're 21, 16, however old you are, right? Like, you have to be planning. That's why, if you go into the corporate world, there's 401ks. They are preparing you for retirement, right? There's guys like, oh, I'm not going to report any of this to the IRS. Well, guess what? If you're not, paying Social Security, if you're not doing all these things, guess what you're not getting when it's time to retire, or when it comes to retirement age? You ain't getting that, right? So things to think about.
Absolutely. We have another super chat, which super chats always take priority, and we're very happy to have them. Scammer Robot says $2.79 Canadian. We really appreciate that. What do you think that would buy you, Mike? A pack of gum?
In Canada or here?
No, I'm just converted to US. I don't know.
I don't know. Probably. I love juicy fruit.
We'll take it. Thank you so much, Scammer Robot. How do you avoid killing lawns and plants with SH?
Just your application methods. You want to be very aware and cognizant of overspray and runoff, right? The major time that you have the opportunity to kill plants, grass, things of that nature is when you're doing a heavy application for like a roof or perhaps like a stucco house that's really bad. And so you want to pre-wet. You want to wet during the process if you're doing roofs. If you've got a helper, that's great. If not, throw some sprinklers up, or just be very, very aware of where everything's coming and make sure that those areas are getting a lot of attention. A lot of guys will use a bleach neutralizer. And a bleach neutralizer is a great product, and it does that. It chemically neutralizes the bleach, so it is no longer a caustic, and it basically just turns it back into water, right? So that's something you can do. That's also good for your equipment, run it through the equipment, or just run fresh water through. You know, we work in a very aggressive, caustic, rough environment with water and metal and rust and all of these things and bleach. So, you know, in order for your stuff to last and in order for you not to kill your customer's property, you got to be very aware of what you're dealing with and just treat it as it needs to be treated by doing the things that I just mentioned.
One of the cool things that I saw whenever I went out there and hung out with Mike and how his crews kind of run is the sprinkler method that he has them run to, you know, that way he only keeps one guy on the truck and he only needs one guy in order to go out there and do jobs. So that was pretty interesting. But yeah, keeping everything wet, obviously a big way to fix that. And if you guys need anything else with regards to how to wash things, how to keep things safe, check out the How to Wash course. It is the most intense guide on everything house washing. So really appreciate that. He says, sorry guys, I'm broke. Dude, we appreciate it, man. $279 is better than no 79, if you know what I'm saying. All right, Mike, I want to go through one more question, and it's not even a question. I just want to point somebody out in the chat before we wrap this up. John Comer says, this year was really bad. So many yard signs, unbelievable. How do you beat all the yard signs? Give a bad rap for us. Somebody said you put the yard signs out. You put out more yard signs than they do. Have done that over and over. Still no calls. Too many people with Lowe's and Home Depot washers. Since COVID, good luck door knocking. Lawn care guys with small power washers messing things up for the small guy with $15,000 setup.
Okay. I just saw this quote. Being broke is a situation that you're currently in. Being poor is a mindset. And John sounds like the type of guy, and I don't know, that is making every excuse that he can make for why his business sucks. Okay. My business doesn't suck. Todd Catchow's business doesn't suck. Dewey's business doesn't suck. Jacob's business doesn't suck, right? Like I can go on and on and on, and probably 10 guys in your area whose businesses don't suck. So if we're saying all of that, maybe it's your business that sucks, John. And I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just being real, right? Who cares about yard signs? Every time I see one of my yard signs, there's 3 other yard signs right next to it. And guess what? It is what it is. Every time I open up the Penny Saver or I look in the Vow Pack, there are other pressure washing businesses that are advertising. And guess what? They're getting phone calls that I'm not getting. You need to do more of what is making the phone ring for your business. Do you know what that is? If it's just yard signs, then you're going to fail because one mode is not going to generate leads. Are you on Facebook? Do you have a good GMB? Are you populating that? Do you have reviews? Are you out there and door knocking after COVID? COVID is over. Okay. There are guys that make a living knocking on doors. Okay. Door knocking is not over because of COVID. That's an excuse you're making to justify why you suck at your business. Not you as a person, because I don't know you, but from everything that you're saying, your business it's struggling. So therefore you need to make changes within your business to make it not struggle. And there are very real things. Watch this channel. Justin and I both put out tons and tons of videos helping people, right? That's why we do this. We want to help people's businesses grow. That's why we have a free version of QuoteIQ. So you don't have to spend money if your business isn't making money. And you can start with the bare minimum, right? But you can send professional estimates and invoices and collect payments for free, right? Do something different in your business and see what moves the needle. Don't make excuses.
John really needs a shift in his mentality, right? I think that's the biggest thing. That's why I wanted to put this up here, because if anybody finds himself in this space right now where it's like, I've tried everything and I'm still not successful, well, try something else. The only way that you lose is by quitting, and it seems like John's attitude is very defeated. John, by no means are we putting this up here to, you know, do anything other than shed light on the fact that you should keep going, keep pushing in, change your mentality. There's something that works and that's working for other people, and all you got to do is find it and implement it. And if you quit now, then you'll forever be done. But if you continue to press in, then there's no way that you can be defeated. So I think that's a good thing for us to end on with regards to this. If you guys find yourself in a place that's kind of hopeless right now, it's like now's the biggest time to take action, because you have there's no other way to go, right? If you see too many guys in your area doing pressure washing, find something else. Find another service you can get your foot in the door. Offer something else. Find out what people need and what there's a need for in your area, and go and fulfill that. But don't let it be an excuse to stop, because at the end of the day, if there's a good business, other people are going to find out about it no matter what it is, right? Wouldn't you say so, Mike?
Yeah, absolutely.
Scammer Robot with another super chat. We appreciate it, man. We appreciate all the super chats. $6.99 Canadian will actually probably get us like a foot long at Subway, I think. Well, they don't do the $5 foot long anymore. I don't know. I don't need Subway. Really appreciate you guys. You've given so much great info here. Have another couple packs of gum. All the best, dude. We appreciate it. We love all our Canadian people as well. Although I don't know that many Canadians, but we appreciate it.
I love robots.
And we don't love robber, though, and we don't love company scam, and we don't love quick crooks. And that's why we're here to save the day. You're welcome. We've come with better software. We've come with no excuses, like our buddy Todd Ketchow. Step up or step aside. LFG. If you guys don't know what LFG is, look it up, baby.
Is that like LGBTQYXZ?
I think so. If you're
That's
not
cool.
if you're not a part of that, then step aside, motherfucker. All right, what's the word of the day, Mike?
LFG.
LFG, if you guys made this from the video, comment down below LFG. This was really great. We're going to have to do more QIQs. We're going to have to do more Q&As.
Well, what's funny, Justin, is I would always do Q&As, and you were like, why do you always do Q&As? You remember when you would make fun of me?
I'd bully Mike incessantly. I mean, literally, I just look for reasons to bully Mike anyway, so that sounds pretty accurate, Mike. I do appreciate it.
I'm fragile.
I was talking to this guy today, and I probably save this for off stream, but we got people hanging out still. And he was like, "Yeah, I know Mike." Or I think I called him for a QuoteIQ issue, and he's like, "Yeah, I know Mike." And I said, "Yeah, that guy's a real asshole, huh?"
What'd he say?
He started laughing, and he goes, "Yeah, something about like Mike doesn't play around or something to that effect," which sounds about
That's
right.
True.
Okay, sweet. You guys, we'll be back to answer questions maybe next Friday. I'm actually going to be traveling, so we'll see. But we'll try to make it happen. Until next time, though. Hustle hard and get that money, baby. Peace.